Hi everyone, and live from Costa Rica and BC and San Francisco area. We wanted to come today to this live event to answer a bunch of questions that have been drowning my email, to help have this one place where you can go for a question and answer session for MasterClass, because it's becoming increasingly popular. And a lot of people have a lot of great questions about bringing groups and things like that. So we're gonna start. Kelly has the questions that have come in. Kelly, one of the authors of HyperDocs, and she's gonna ask them to us, and we'll each field some of the questions. And we're super excited to have you here, hopefully, or watching later. So Kelly, if you wanna start with some of the questions.
Absolutely. We're really excited about this opportunity for this summer. And if you have questions while we're talking, feel free to put those in the chat as well, and we'll get to those. But the first question that came through is, can you just describe what is the master class exactly, and what can the people expect?
So I'll take that one. And the MasterClass is kind of this thing that, as the authors, we wanted to do that was something a little different in PD, because we all do a lot of PD. And sometimes we get an hour with people, and that's not enough time. Or you come to a Google Summit, something I'm at right now in Costa Rica, and it's a great place to be, but you get an hour of this and an hour of this and an hour of this. You go home, come back for another hour, an hour, and you get to some great stuff, but you don't get to get what I like to call down and dirty with the information, and really get to try it and really get to ask questions. You're an hour and you're off somewhere else. And so we wanted to do something that's game-changing in PD by having some prep work before, some time with the author to really spend a day looking and planning and doing what's in the book, and then some coaching sessions afterwards, so that it was this PD that would last for we hope a lifetime. And one of the great things, and I'm going to kind of just talk about the bringing groups, I worked with a group on Thursday, I think it was, who from Georgia, who are coming together as a group, and I was having a question and answer session with them, and they're going to come as a group of, and I don't know how many, I think there were like 5 of them, and they are going to take all of this together. They're going to go back and use critical learning groups at their school to work through having inquiry in these classes. And so it's going to be this lasting change that kind of takes over the school. And from that, they're going to teach other teachers next year, and then the next year, and so that they have this full inquiry-based thing happening at their school. And I thought that is why we're doing this, because we want something that brings classroom change, with not just doing it on your own and hoping it's working, really being able to look at it and dive in and get not dirty, but happy with the subject matter. So I hope that answers it. Kelly, next question.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Holly. Trevor, can you tell us a little bit about what is the difference between the 2 online courses before and after the actual event?
Yeah, that was a great question. I've been fielding that through some of the Twitter sphere as well. You know, the first session that we want to host before the tour stops is specifically to help us kind of unpack the big ideas of each book and the philosophy behind each book. And so when attendees come on the tour dates, we could really get down into getting work done together, and whether that's lesson design, unit design, implementation, and practice. We want those days to be spent building together. So the first session is meant to prepare for those building sessions on the tour dates. And then the follow-ups to support and help implement and do some coaching with regards to what it looks like in your building after you've left that tour date and you've kind of let it roll over in your mind, and you've kind of figured out how to make it work with your school culture. We want to follow up and kind of answer those questions that are going to arise. So I think it's really powerful, Pro D, with those 2 bookended sessions, and that's what they're going to look like kind of in a nutshell.
That's great. Thank you, Trevor. Sarah, how about answering for us a little bit about Toronto? People have been wondering if this masterclass would be coming out there. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, absolutely. We've had such great interest coming out of different cities in Canada. It's been amazing. But unfortunately, due to holidays, it's a little bit hard to commit to scheduling that for this summer. But we are 100% committed to making that work for next year. So it's kind of a good problem to have. Oh my gosh, just such great interest all over the world. But so we're going to have to say probably not this year, but definitely for next year. So keep the interest coming. The more we hear about people who are interested, the more we can accommodate those cities around the world.
Great, thank you so much. Lisa, can you tell us a little about what makes MasterClass different than a Google Summit?
I'm so excited to do this format because in a summit, we have 1 hour with you. You come in, it's a bunch of people that you don't know, and you have so many questions, but you're trying to take in so much information at once. One of the things I'm most excited about is the pre-work that we'll do with you. So we'll build philosophy, we'll let you experience HyperDocs, we'll let you try them out. But you know what else we're going to do? We're going to build community within our little group so that when we come together on that day, you're going to get to meet everyone face to face who you already have been introduced to, you already know, you already are have connected with. You might even have a collaborator that you're excited to work with that day. So when we're together, I call this in the classroom, FaceTime is so valuable. Like, when I finally get to be there live with you, I don't want to be lecturing you because that's exactly what we're trying to workshop, ways not to. So we're going to get in and get working right away. And the best part is that we're there with you to be supporting you and get you to be trying this out while we're with you. So if you're messing up or you have questions, we're there to help you out how to figure it out instead of standing in the front presenting. So I think that's the best part, is that building a community, and you actually get to have that full experience of the potential for what some of the work we're doing, because it's not this quick one and done. You get to let it sink in a little bit, build your questions, and then we'll all come together. And then afterward, we get to connect again. So after you're trying this, I mean, I think you'll find that once you're connected with us, we'll always be connected, and we'll always keep this collaborative conversation going. It's a very unique experience. I have never participated in PD like this, and I really can't wait to see where this can go. I'm excited for all of you, and I can't wait to work with you in this kind of format.
Thank you. It's going to be so exciting. And as everyone has been describing, with the online component and then the actual class and then the online component again and the collaboration in between, it's really personalizing it for teachers. So if people want to participate, Holly, can they get college credit?
Yes, that's the exciting part. A lot of people have been emailing me about that. Depending on how, if you participate in just the deep dive or the leadership, for every 8 hours that you spend, you can get one credit of college credit. So that's really exciting. That's in the US only. In Australia and New Zealand, there is something in Australia that we're working on getting, and I forget the naming of it. But so you are going to get credit for your schools and for college credit, and for us in the U.S. sometimes that make more money.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what about the people maybe who have already applied and they have gotten in? And once they're in, they start talking more about it to their colleagues, and maybe there's a buzz around the people that they work with. Can they bring in more people to their cohort after the application process, or how will that work? Because sometimes you need just 1 or 2 people to get the buzz going for that.
Yeah, so we're really hoping, I mean, it's so great to have your colleagues with you, because we know that practice will continue when you have someone back who you're working with. So if it's really hard to get these little details figured out, that, and you're working on something to get a group of you to go, just email Holly or one of us, and we will try to work this out to make it the best experience for you. We want to be flexible with this. So let us know. Just if you're thinking of something, just ask that question and we'll get back to you.
Okay. And then once everything is ready to go, Trevor, can you tell us a little bit about when the online courses will actually begin before the meetup over the summer?
Absolutely, Kelly. We're waiting for numbers to come in, and as they come in, we can start planning specific dates for those 2 sessions. But looking at the tour stops, we want to make sure that the first session kind of happens mid-June to unpack some of the big philosophies behind each of the books. And then we can anticipate, shortly thereafter, within a couple weeks, we'll follow up with the second session. So I would, as an attendee, I would anticipate 2 sessions throughout June with those specific dates to be determined as more numbers roll in.
Awesome. It's going to be such a great opportunity because as everyone's been talking about, it's really creating these specialized cohorts of teachers who can take the concepts from all 3 of these incredible books and work with the authors and really create leadership in their school and within your school community. And we can help you think about how to take that back as well, as far as putting structures in place for when you go back into your new school year. So if you're really thinking about making a shift in your district, in your school, or within your classroom, I think there's something for everyone.
Absolutely,
So
Kelly. That's awesome. I just wanted to piggyback and quickly say, you know, for people on Twitter or other social media platforms, continue to reach out for us. We've been fielding questions throughout this whole process, and it's been really exciting to connect with people globally. And some questions we're able to answer, and some questions we have to go out and find the answers for you. But it's so neat to meet people from around the world and get you excited about the MasterClass Tour. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out.
Well, I think that's most of the questions. Are there any more in the chat that anyone has seen that maybe we need to address?
I'd already answered one of them from Abby. She says you can only do one book. And I said, yes, you have to choose. She did ask a good one. For those of you who've taken the HyperDoc online course, she asked if she should choose another book. And while I wanted to see her live with us again, I said, yeah, you should choose another book to go spend the day with. So that was a good way to use your time. But we could still do the social activity afterward together, which I love that part too. Nothing like working and socializing and connecting. I'm telling you guys, we say that for our students, that connections matter so much. Same goes for PD. And that's what is I see as a major difference. We are connecting as professionals together on a personal level. It's going to be really great. Oh, but Abby has another question. Yes, but with credit option, is there increased cost? Is there paperwork for that? Good question, Abby. I don't know, Holly, if Holly knows that one.
I'm not sure either, but I do want to say hello to Abby, because it's great to hear her again after we worked with her in the boot camp.
I know.
I'm so glad she's here today. And like Lisa was saying, we'll find out mostly about the actual credit cost beyond that. Holly, do you happen to know? Okay, well, not yet. So we'll just have to let you know, Abby, and then for sure, like through social media, as we've discussed, we can answer any questions moving forward. So overall, I mean, everyone here is just really excited about creating a leadership cohort. We can really go back and make some changes within the schools and build lasting connections so that we can personalize this for you and for your situation at your school site. If there's any other questions or anything else anybody wants to add? I
don't think so. I think that was it.
Okay, so everybody, before we leave today, let's just quickly say one thing that will be, that I can't wait for this summer with MasterClass. So I'll just go and then we'll go across. I'll just start by saying MasterClass is going to be such a unique experience with really, really deep diving into learning with other people. And I can't wait to learn with everyone. I think it's going to be awesome to bring all these great minds together. Trevor?
I'm super excited to meet people that I've only known through, you know, the Twitter sphere or through social media. It's so exciting to meet people face to face. I just met someone yesterday that I've been friends with on Twitter for years, and the hug and the energy, it was like we were lifelong friends. So we've spoken about this theme throughout this session, and it's just, that's awesome PD, when you know each other virtually and then you're able to elbow up next to each other and get some awesome work done. I can't wait to meet people that I've known on Twitter for a while. So that's exciting for me. And I think that's what sets us apart from other events.
And I think for me, my new thing to be excited about is, because you mentioned getting together the 3 book groups and socializing together at, you know, in the evening events and whatnot, but to imagine bringing our 3 concepts together, I think is really exciting. So Abby's a great example of someone who might take our online class, but then show up for master class and dive deeper with the inquiry work, or, you know, meet up with Tanya and do some of the work she's doing. But really, as one educator who's really trying to bring it all together, I think this is a great opportunity to see how all things fit in order to reach classrooms and do things more cohesively. So that's something I'm excited about.
Well, and I'm just going to sum up what Sarah just said and know that as we come together in the evenings and we can talk about how we all connected, I think that's going to be an amazing experience to share how these are all come together for good instruction. And just to watch you go through this process from the online to the face-to-face to the afterward, I think you're going to feel a transformation. I know I'm going to go through it just by knowing you and working with you. So we really look forward to it. Thank you for joining us on this.
Well, thank you, everybody. We look forward to connecting with you. Holly, are you able to say any last words?
I think Holly's gone. She was about to begin her session in Costa Rica, so I think she's gone. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we hope to connect with you. Just send us your emails. We'll tweet out the link to the applications, and we'll go from there. We hope to see you soon.
Bye.